don't know that many calls I
Prissy.
Yeah.
Prissy. Which team are you?
Maybe talk to us.
I'm Ronaldo.
Ronaldo. Which team?
What? That's not Ronaldo, it's only Messi.
Oh, okay. I'm for Messi.
On TV this
For Spain.
friendly starting at Sporting against Strasbourg tomorrow.
I'm
The
for Chelsea because Chelsea wears blue.
EFL continues.
Oh my goodness, y'all know the drill. So let's get into it. So when I saw that clip, I was on the floor laughing. I was like, girl, I can't blame you, honey. Football is not for anybody. But it's a good thing that you're keeping your man company. You know what I'm saying? You're taking interest in his hobbies, yeah? So you all know the drill. Let's get into it, right? So yesterday after the match had finished, Prissy and her husband and a couple of friends, their beloved mother, Yabo, decided to go out to celebrate Spain's winning, yeah? I know a lot of people who wore two jerseys, okay? One Argentina, one Spain. But when the team that they were supporting initially lost, they decided to change the jersey. What I did is I just wore a jacket. But anyway, it is what it is. So as you can see, Iaba is there watching her children loving on each other, having that good time. Like, who wouldn't be proud to see the way the son-in-law is treating their daughter? Like, every mother's dream is for their daughter to have a better partner that they date. Like, you always want the best for your children. I have a feeling that if it was possible for you to keep your kids, if it was a norm for you to be with your kids for the rest of your life and they don't have to go and start their own family, a lot of women would. They would be like, let's just live here and live our lives. But anyway, I love it. I also saw this video of Juma Jux hanging out Peter P Squared. You can tell, like I told you the other day, somebody almost yanked my left nyash, that these people don't just be doing friendships, okay? It's friendships with benefit. And this right here, it's a lesson learned, okay? That if you evaluate all your friends, if you notice or suspect now one of them na freeloader, if they're not bringing anything to the table, I beg una make them dismantle them. Make them disappear. For good. I mean, you can love them from afar, but when it comes to bringing things to the table, if they are bringing their own part, then they're just freeloading. You know what I'm saying? You can't be useless all the time. I mean, there's some things that you can be useful too, because you want the same way you're using people, you want to be used too. So I like that. Anyway, before I continue, Juma Jux being in Nigeria is a good thing because he's networking with a lot of people, of course, which is helping his career, right? When Juma met with Pella, Almando wrote something, and a lot of you tagged me, and they wanted me to talk about it over here because probably a lot of people don't be following the dude, right? He's spitting some gems there, you know what I'm saying? And the reason why I'm going to talk about it, because I wasn't really going to talk about it because he's just a blogger just like me, you know what I'm saying? But it's because of what's happening as we speak. Remember in my previous video when I told you that that infamous blogger wanted to stir up some drama, and her own people was telling her that don't try JP, they're crazy, they will drop your page. Well, it so happened that she did not have anything on the JP couple. She decided to make up something, which we're going to talk about, okay? Some people ain't going to be cool with the fact that I'm going to talk about it, but regardless, baby, it's content. It's content. It's better I talk about it and give insights of what's really happening, you know what I'm saying, than just let the information slide the way it is already. Okay, so what happened is the lady took something that is already being talked about on the internet and make it seem like it's a big deal, okay, and decided to call Jux' sister. We're going to talk about that. But first of all, let me read you what Olmando wrote. So this is what Olmando wrote when Jux have met with Pella. He said in a quote, Juma Jux, ex-Pella, that's a winning move. Jux, ukitakiwa, okay. Also, if Juma Jux want to be the biggest international, he should remain in Nigeria first. There is no exposure in Tanzania. We are just delaying him. That's the truth. Jux meeting with Pella is a big win for him. The young one is followed a lot because he introduced Jux to his Gen Z generation. In my opinion, if Jux want to make big music moves, he should remain in Nigeria, Bongo. There is no issue. We are just delaying him. I think this is the only... Okay. So what I got from what he was trying to say is, in Nigeria, there's nothing that is elevating his music. Besides, his big audience are not there. Okay, that is number one. And number two, when it comes to people that he can link up with, people that he can actually, just have dinner and his viewership or rather his exposure will continue to grow, are not in TZ. Sorry to say, Tanzanian people. There's nobody in TZ that Jux haven't met that if he meet right now, his influence will grow. Okay? In other words, like, whatever is in TZ, because he don't be messing around with people that he used to, like, for example, his friend, he no longer been seen in these places like he used to be, because, right now he's a family man, he's a father, he's a wife. So he must definitely do things different, continue being with his family. And also Priscilla, she don't really be mingling with them celebrities over there, okay? Since you find out that they are messy as F. Well, those are my words, but based off of how we've seen things transpired, right? She's still in tune with her Nigerian market, Nigerian industry. And that's where she's feeling comfortable. That's why she do a lot of things there. Same as Juma Jux now. When they're in TZ, they're always in the house. And now you see them when they're in Nigeria, honey, they're up and down, which is good for both of them. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I actually agree with Olmando 100% that, TZ is doing more harm than good for Jux, and Nigeria is actually where he should be. Because in TZ, honey, because I told y'all that when they don't understand what's going on with you, when you don't let them in your space, they start to make up stories about you. Like, for example, what's happened? So let me give you a little bit of hint of what's happening. So my mother put up a clip, a post yesterday that he has some tea on, Juma Jux and his wife. And I'm like, okay, I can't wait to hear or to see what my mother is up to, right? In the comment section, lots and lots of her fans were telling her, don't start with the Nigerians, they're crazy, they will pull down your page. So today, you all remember that when Diamond started behaving the way he was, everybody had an opinion. Of course, a lot of blogs on different countries were saying that this Diamond, the way he's very, very close with Jux, and they do hang out sometimes, where in the same country, he might, let his cheating self energy rub onto Juma Jux, or Jux will be forced to lie on his behalf. You know what I'm saying? He'll put Jux on a predicament. And a lot of people are saying that Jux should not really be friends with Diamond anymore, because he has the... if you're able to cheat on your wife, somebody that you lay with every day, like, what can you not do it to your friend? Which I totally agree. If you're able to cheat on the woman that you're laying down with, I'm sure you can do worse to your friend. In my opinion, okay? People are different. And some people say, oh, I shouldn't try to, what do you call it? What's the correct word? Jux is a grown-ass person. I shouldn't try to compare. I wasn't talking about it when it comes to Jux's perspective. I was talking about it when it comes to this guy and his cheating self-energy rubbing onto Jux. That is what I meant. At the end of the day, I told you, everybody have their own opinion. Okay? That is what my mother took and made it seem like it was her own idea and head, and decided to call on my mother on Fatma's shop. So when she called on Fatma's shop, it was Fatma's worker that took And Fatima's worker was like, oh, okay, I did not know. Oh, okay. And I think later on, Fatima, the lady told my mother, you can only call Fatima on WhatsApp with that number. And that's how she called Fatima. And when Fatima heard that that was my mother, Fatima decided to hang up. But the only thing that made me feel like that worker went out of her way was what she said. Okay, there's a statement. See, I would think, right? Because my mother, she has a tendency. You remember when she called Zuchu's mother and somebody else picked and they pretended like, she pretended like she was a doctor. The same way she pretended like she wanted to buy something on Fatima's shop. And when the lady picked, the lady was like, oh, what's up? Which I'm not sure it's a lady. I'll try and evaluate this video and see if I did all the pointers, because in the beginning, the way the call went, I'm not sure if it is Fatima's worker that picked the call in the beginning, because that Fatima's worker said, oh, did we marry them or did they marry us? That is a statement that rubbed a lot of Juma Jux's fans in TZ the wrong way. But all in all, the lady kept on saying, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, that is what they're saying and stuff like that. But in my opinion, I think that my mother called a totally different number, knowing fully well that the only way you can reach Fatima is via WhatsApp. And that lady to say something juicy for her blog, and then later on, she'll pretend like she's calling my mother so that she'll pretend like she's calling Fatima, and she know that Fatima ain't gonna talk to her, just like Zuchu's mother. When Zuchu heard that was my mother, Zuchu's mother decided to hang up. But we will know more about this, because on the comment section, people have already started telling her to stop Jux, and the wife is not problematic. Why is she going in? My mother don't really give two Fs. She will always speak regardless. But what she really gave out there, that was spit. That was not tea. That is something that we've already heard of. Anyway, keep it classy, stay messy.